Welcome to the Think in English channel. Today I will talk about the topic, a weekend with family. Part 1, a lazy weekend morning. It was a beautiful Saturday morning. I, Deep, 34 years old, woke up later than usual. My wife Tran, who is the same age as me, was still sleeping next to me. Our 4-year-old son Har was also sleeping soundly in his room. On weekends, Har always sleeps longer than on weekdays. We enjoy these quiet moments before the day begins. I got out of bed and stretched my arms. The sunlight was shining through the window. I walked to Har's room to check on him. He was still sleeping, hugging his favorite teddy bear. I smiled and went back to the kitchen. Tran was already there, preparing breakfast. She was making eggs and toast, our usual weekend meal. I helped her by setting the table. Har woke up a few minutes later and came to the kitchen. He rubbed his eyes and said, "Good morning, Mom and Dad." We greeted him with a smile and told him to wash his face. After breakfast, we talked about our plans for the day. Har was excited because we promised to take him to the mall. He loves going there, especially to the children's play area. Part 2, a relaxing coffee break. After breakfast, we got ready to go out. Har put on his favorite blue shirt and shoes. Tran packed a small bag with snacks and water. We drove to a nearby cafe for our morning coffee. The cafe was cozy and quiet. We ordered our favorite drinks, coffee for me and Tran, and milk for Har. Har sat next to me, playing with his toy car. Tran and I enjoyed our coffee while chatting about work and family. Har suddenly asked, "Can we go to the mall now?" We laughed and told him, "Yes, we're going soon." After finishing our drinks, we left the cafe. Har held my hand as we walked to the car. He was so excited that he kept talking about the mall. "I want to play in the ball pit," he said. "And I want to ride the toy cars." We told him he could do all of that. The drive to the mall took about 20 minutes. Har sang songs in the back seat during the ride. Tran and I smiled at each other, enjoying his happiness. When we arrived at the mall, Har couldn't wait to get out of the car. Part 3, exploring the shopping mall. The mall was huge, with many floors and shops. We entered through the main door, and Har's eyes lit up. "Let's go to the play area first," he said. We told him we would, but first we needed to check the map. The basement floor, B, had many food stalls. The ground floor, G, had clothing stores and a supermarket. The first and second floors had more shops, including electronics and toys. The third and fourth floors were filled with restaurants. The fifth floor was the entertainment area, with games and a cinema. Har's favorite place was the children's play area on the fifth floor. We took the elevator to the fifth floor. Har ran ahead of us, excited to see the play area. When we arrived, he immediately went to the ball pit. Tran and I sat nearby, watching him play. We ordered some coffee and sat at a small table. Har played with other kids, laughing and having fun. He climbed the slides, rode the toy cars, and even dressed up as a police officer. Tran and I talked about our plans for the next week. We also checked our emails and messages on our phones. Har came over occasionally to ask for snacks. We gave him some popcorn and a small bottle of water. He ate quickly and then ran back to play. Tran smiled and said, "He has so much energy." I agreed and said, "It's good to see him happy." After a while, Har started to get tired. He sat next to us and said, "I'm hungry. Can we eat lunch?" We told him, "Of course, let's go to the restaurant." We cleaned up our table and took Har to the third floor. There were many restaurants to choose from. We decided on a family-friendly place with mild food for Har. Part 4, lunch at the mall. We entered a restaurant that served both Vietnamese and Western food. The waiter greeted us with a smile and showed us to a table. Har sat between me and Tran, looking at the menu. He pointed at the pictures and said, "I want fried chicken and rice." Tran and I ordered phi ho and some spring rolls to share. While waiting for the food, Har played with the crayons the restaurant provided. He drew a picture of our family and showed it to us proudly. Tran praised him, saying, "You're such a good artist." Har smiled and continued drawing. The food arrived quickly and it looked delicious. Har ate his fried chicken happily, while Tran and I enjoyed our pho. We talked about how nice it was to spend time together as a family. After lunch, Har said, "Can we go back to the play area?" We told him, yes, but first, let's take a short walk. We walked around the mall looking at the shops. Har saw a toy store and asked, can we go in? We agreed and let him look at the toys. He picked up a toy car and said, this one is cool. We told him we could buy it if he behaved well. Har promised to be good, so we bought the toy car for him. He held it tightly and said, thank you, Mom and Dad. We smiled and continued our walk. After a while, we went back to the 5th floor. Har ran straight to the play area and started playing again. Tren and I sat down, feeling relaxed. We ordered some iced tea and watched Har play. He was so happy, running around and laughing with other kids. Tran said, it's nice to see him having so much fun. I agreed and said, these are the moments we'll remember forever. We stayed at the play area for another hour. Part 5, grocery shopping. After Har finished playing, we decided to do some grocery shopping. We took the elevator to the 2nd floor, where the supermarket was located. Har held my hand as we walked through the aisles. Tran pushed the shopping cart and picked out the items we needed. We bought meat, fish, vegetables, and some snacks for the week. Har saw a box of cookies and asked, can we get these? We agreed and added them to the cart. Har was happy and said, thank you, I'll share them with you. We finished our shopping and went to the checkout counter. The cashier scanned our items and packed them into bags. Har helped us carry the lighter bags to the car. We loaded everything into the trunk and got into the car. Har sat in the back seat, holding his new toy car. He said, today was the best day ever. Tren and I smiled, feeling happy that he enjoyed the day. On the way home, Har fell asleep in the car. Tran turned around and covered him with a small blanket. She said, he's so cute when he's sleeping. I agreed and said, he's growing up so fast. We arrived home and carried Har inside. Part 6, evening at home. We put Har on the couch and let him rest for a while. Tran and I started unpacking the groceries. We put the meat and vegetables in the fridge. The snacks and cookies were placed in the pantry. Har woke up after a short nap and asked, what's for dinner? We told him we would make his favorite, fried rice with chicken. Har helped us by setting the table. He placed the plates, forks, and cups carefully. Tran cooked the fried rice while I prepared the chicken. Har watched us and said, you're the best cooks. We laughed and thanked him for the compliment. Dinner was ready and we all sat down to eat. Har ate his food quickly and said, it's so yummy. After dinner, we cleaned the kitchen together. Har helped by wiping the table. We then played a board game in the living room. Har chose his favorite game, and we played for about an hour. He won the game and celebrated by jumping around. Tran said, you're so good at this game. Har smiled and said, I want to play again tomorrow. We told him we could play again if he went to bed on time. Har agreed and went to brush his teeth. After brushing his teeth, he put on his pajamas. We read him a bedtime story, and he listened carefully. When the story ended, Har said, good night, Mom and Dad. We kissed him good night and turned off the light. Tran and I went to the living room to relax. We talked about our day and how much fun we had. I said, it's nice to have days like this. Tran agreed and said, we should do this more often. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks.